The New World of Gene Therapy. Condensed and reprinted with kind permission from Rare, R-A-R-E, Revolution magazine. Why is everybody talking about gene therapy? Gene therapy is one of the fastest growing areas of healthcare. Rather than just treating symptoms, gene therapy has the potential to get right to the core of a disease by modifying a person's genes. This can be achieved by replacing a disease-causing gene with a healthy copy of the gene, or inactivating or removing a disease-causing gene. Gene therapy research began over 40 years ago, and while progress has been slow to reach patients, several products are now authorized for use in a range of conditions, with that number expected to increase over the next few years. Gene therapy offers tremendous hope, particularly in the rare disease setting, where treatments are often unavailable or only provide short-lived quality of life (QOL) benefits. With gene therapy, there is potential for cure or restoration of function that can lead to significant improvements in quality of life. Consequently, patient communities are keen to understand what these therapies could mean for people living with these genetic conditions. But reality and expectations are not always aligned, and health systems will need to work through complex social, ethical, health and economic concerns. Gene therapy may not offer a cure or be suitable or indeed available to everyone. Gene therapies frequently make news headlines because of their extremely high price tag, and even when they are approved by regulatory authorities, unfortunately there is no guarantee of access for the individuals that most need them. Also, patients and caregivers may not fully understand gene therapy, and its benefits may be overestimated. What kind of an impact could gene therapy have on people living with a rare disease? In many cases, it is hoped that gene therapy will result in a cure, abolishing symptoms so that management of a condition is no longer required. For some conditions, this may be the case, but in other conditions, patients may overestimate the benefits and expect a cure, but in reality their condition is improved but not eliminated. Safety considerations are also of paramount importance and will be a factor for many people. Managing the difference between expectations and reality for all those concerned is essential. How could gene therapy impact the wider healthcare systems? Gene therapy has the potential to significantly improve the lives of people affected by a genetic condition. However, the cost of the treatment represents a significant hurdle. For example, a gene therapy recently approved in the US has a price tag of $3.5 million. For institutions such as the UK's National Institute for Health and Care Excellence, NICE, N-I-C-E, funds are limited, and so understanding the impact of gene therapy and its cost-effectiveness is critical. Even in countries that can offer gene therapy, not all individuals will be eligible for treatment, not just within a clinical trial, but also in the real world after approval. For example, age may be a limiting factor, or in the case of gene therapy using viral vectors, previous exposure to the wild-type virus. These restrictions could create a two-tiered system for those that have had gene therapy versus those that have not. Despite these challenges, the huge potential for gene therapy remains, with the possibility for some previously undertreated diseases to become a thing of the past, with a real reduction in demands on healthcare services for some conditions. Key challenges. Gene therapy has come on in leaps and bounds, but challenges remain. The process of developing a gene therapy can be very lengthy, and patients and their families sometimes have unrealistic expectations. Even if approval is granted, cost can be a huge barrier to access. Education is key. This is complex science and can be difficult for patients, healthcare professionals, and regulators or funding decision-makers to understand. We need to have meaningful discussions about safety and durability. We need to determine what happens if the treatment fails. What are the ethical considerations and motivation for treatment? Does everybody want to be treated in this way? The diseases that potentially could be treated with gene therapy are typically poorly served by current therapies, and the burden of disease affecting patients and their families is immense. Patient communities must be involved in the decision-making process. Open discussions, debate and education are needed, and the support of patients and patient advocacy groups can help to drive these discussions forward, championing the cause for those without a voice. The future is incredibly exciting, and the potential for gene therapy is huge for patients and caregivers, but to deliver a global solution and true health equity, pharmaceutical companies, payers, policymakers and advocacy groups need to work together. This article originally appeared in the 8th of March 2023 edition of Rare Revolution magazine, written by Amanda Henkel, Practice Area Lead, Rare Diseases, Joe Fernhead-Wims, SVP Patient Management, Alex Morton, SVP Patient Engagement, Medistrava and Inisio Company. You can read the full article by visiting their website, https://rare-revolution-magazine.com/the-new-world-of-gene-therapy-5, that's the word 5, -questions-answered/.